Yo, just got back to my dorm freshman year. Walked into my dorm, right? Just came back from one class, walked there, walked back. Sniffed under my arm, sour. Sour stank BO. I did put deodorant on this morning. I put on that freaking Dove deodorant. It's strong, right? The sweat stain, the mark on me, it's not, it's like a dark circle. It's not like spread out. It's just a dark circle right there and permanently stained my clothes. Completely sucks, right? But like the main thing I want to say with that, even my shoes would just stink, especially my basketball shoes. They would stink after any game I played, bro. And I would literally grab that little the Dove spray. I had a little mini spray can, like the little travel size TSA spray. I shake it up and I had to spray just straight deodorant in my shoe. So now I got this weird sour BO combined with like clean comfort freaking spray deodorant. It was freaking nasty, right? But moral of the story, when it comes to healthy swaps, that is important. Like swapping out like toxic stuff like toothpaste and all that, and clothes, like swapping out like the toxic ingredients and like polyester, cotton, like swap or like go swapping to cotton, but swapping from like the nasty stuff, the nasty conventional stuff to actually real natural stuff is really good for you. I recommend it 100% of the way. Like this is something that you just got to do, right? But at the same time, when it comes to like your bathroom and like hygiene stuff, you just gotta wait. Like, I promise you, you do not wanna swap. That is not one of the first swaps you wanna do. Like, when it comes to, like, deodorant and, like, hell like the toiletries and stuff like that, and brushing your teeth, like the toothpaste and stuff like that, you really wanna hold off on that. I promise you, I wish I was told this sooner. Hold off on that because you will stink. I promise you, you'll stink. You will stink so bad. Because even with the strong stuff, think of it like this. I'm not gonna say natural deodorant. Like some natural deodorant is just weaker than like this is natural deodorant. This is conventional deodorant. Sometimes it's like this. Like conventional deodorant is like stronger. Like the aluminum is blocking your sweat pores. Like everything's going all right. It's stronger and all that. But at the same time, like the natural one is just weaker. It's not holding strong. That this applies to some of them, right? Like I found a good one like that I like, which I feel is like holds on par, maybe even better than a conventional deodorant. But some natural deodorants is down here, right? But if you swap like your deodorant and like your toothpaste and things like that, if you swap these healthy swaps, if you do them now before you've already improved the quality of the food you eat, you're still eating in and taking in like basically gunk. You're still eating in trash, right? Like nothing natty about it. You're still eating in trash. So your body is going to release nothing but like trash coming through, like, sweat pores because it's like a natural detox method. And when it comes to the bathroom, when you're pooping, like it's gonna just release nothing but like straight trash in there, right? Like you probably got the infinite wipe glitch, bro. Because I had that, John. Infinite wipe glitch sucks, bro. You just gotta freaking wipe, and it just lasts for like an hour of straight wiping. And yes, it has lasted me almost an hour of just straight wiping, which takes such a long time, right? But yes, so when it comes to like swapping your bathroom stuff, please wait. Please wait. That is the most important thing. Please wait. Please focus on the food that you take in. Focus on like the food and make sure that food is higher quality. Because if you start eating in more natural, cleaner foods, then your body is going to start releasing more like more clean, like less like heavy, nasty stuff. Like think of it as like when you're consuming trash, that means you're building trash inside of you, right? Like let's say a hard stain in a carpet, right? And if I stop pouring in a hard stain on my body, if I stop taking these hard stains, and let's say I start improving my quality of the diet, start eating higher quality foods, so that means I have less of a stain on my body as I eat, right? Since there's a lesser stain on me, I don't need a stronger cleaner for it. Like I don't need to pour bleach on all these stains because the stains aren't that rough. The stains aren't that freaking like seeped in or anything like that, right? So with that, you want to make sure when you're eating higher quality foods, then you can go ahead and change like your toiletries. Meaning like the toiletries, I'm talking about these two in particular. I'm talking about the toothpaste, but mainly deodorant. Like deodorant is on top of it, right? Because I don't need you out here stinking, smelling bad and like sour, right? So if you improve the quality of food, once you've been eating out there, once you consistently eating higher quality foods, right? Like I would say, like in a span like maybe two weeks, I would say. 2 weeks, because like it doesn't take that long for your stomach and like body to like switch over, like, all right, we're changing things up, right? So I'll say solid like 2 weeks of you eating like actual natty foods, right? Like I'm talking like organic, grass-fed, pasture raised, like the whole shorts, the whole shorts, right? Like you working on your diet that way. It doesn't have to be absolute perfect, right? Like don't let like perfect is the ideal, right? Perfect is what we're chasing for, but don't let perfect be the enemy, right? Like still like build your way up there. All right. Still make sure to like, all right, if we can't swap to like a completely like natural deodorant, then let's swap to at least aluminum free, right? Like we can take steps, right? We don't have to jump on top of the staircase. We can take steps to get our butt up there, right? But I can't stress this enough. But like you really got to improve the quality of what you eat, like switching to higher quality foods before you switch to your deodorant, because I've had back in the day before I even knew about improving higher quality foods back in high school, right? There was a time where I went to my chemistry class and I was like, all right, I'm trying out this new deodorant. It was like, I can't remember the brand, right? But I tried out this new deodorant. It was like a little circular brand. Like it was circle. It was like maybe like a brownish container. I just can't really remember it. And then it had a nice smell. It had a nice smell, right? I had no aluminum, no nothing like that, right? I'll put some of it on, and it would start to immediately like the deodorant and stuff like that. Since I never like had aluminum free deodorant, and I was still eating in trash, right? I would just have like sweat, like crazy sweat coming off me, right? And the deodorant that I just put on me, like I was dry before I put this on, right? But when I started getting heated up and hot in class, the deodorant would leach and have create literally a white mark on my clothes in real time, like right there, bro. And it was actually insane. So as I have this white mark on me in class, I'm like, okay, like I'm literally sitting in chemistry class with this junk, right? Like I have to like I gotta do something, right? So I always wear a freaking like a black jacket or some type of like a any type of jacket, but I typically have like either black jacket or what was that? What's that thing called? One of those polyester jackets that like supposed to block water or block wind. I think a wind blocker or something like that, or whatever it's called. I used to have one of those. So I'll either keep a jacket on me 24/7 and have just white marks under my arm. And I was sweating. And I was just freaking hot, right? Like I'm hot right now because I've been outside for a minute, right? But at the same time, I would just have freaking white marks all under my armpits, right? So I'm like, I have to wear this jacket. My clothes are literally stained, and it's been like minutes, right? Like, and I'm hot already. I'm already sweating, and I had to put this jacket on me now, right? So so I don't get clowned on, and like, oh my goodness, I get your underarm, so I don't get clowned on for my sweat stains or anything like that, right? Anything like that, right? So I slap on my jacket. I'm sitting there. Time's going on, right? And I am getting so hot. I just raise my hand and like, hey, can I use the restroom? But before I could even do that, the girl right next to me, she's like, "Hey, like you're sweating really, like you're sweating a lot, right? Like you're really like you're sweating." Like she really described to me on like I was sweating a lot, right? It's like low key kind of annoying, right? Already in my ear. So I'm like, all right, I was like, like, yeah, I just ran here, right? Because thankfully the class started like 10 minutes ago. She's like, dang, you're still sweating. I was like, okay, like bro was pressing me, right? But that doesn't matter. Call the teacher, went to the bathroom. I literally took off my jacket, and that's when I found out like everything was like white and it's cooked. Well, that's when I found out again that it's like truly white. Like at first it was like a white, just dark stain, right? But this is when I found out it was truly white. Like it got worse by the second, right? So I just sat in there. I took off my jacket. Uh, I just cooled off. I just sat and relaxed and cooled off. I sniffed my armpit, it's just a sour stench. Like it was it was just horrible, right? And I slapped it on. I just kept it on and kept on the jacket on like when I was out and about. And Loki just had to thug it out for the rest of the day. It was horrible. It was sucky. But at the same time, I just didn't know back then that was my last time using that deodorant, threw it away, and just went back to back then I used I think I used like Mitchum's or something like that. I think it was Mitchum's. No, not Mitchum's. No, yeah, I think I used a bit of Mitchum's back then because my BO was stank back then. Also, because like I didn't eat higher quality foods or anything like that, and like I sweat pretty well, so I was like I was low key just taking the L. I was not gonna lie, I was low key just taking the L. Even right now, I'm outside, but like I got a good sweat on me. I'm low key pretty chilling. I've been outside for a minute. Oh, that was crazy, right? I've been outside for a minute. I don't feel like profusely hot, but I feel pretty hot right now, right? But that's just beside this one. I'm low key just enjoying the weather out here, right? So I thought I might as well come and say something, right? But more importantly, please do not swap your deodorant before, or I want to say deodorant and toothpaste, right? Like I need you to swap to like a higher quality toothpaste, but at the same time, like I just need you to improve the quality of the food to eat, making sure you actually eat like higher quality foods because it will come back to bite you, especially for the deodorant will bite you instantly. Like you will immediately know if your deodorant is like working or not, right? You don't want to have a strong bleach to have to clean like the strong stain that you're putting on your body, right? Strong bleach entailing of like the conventional deodorant, right? You don't want to have that. So improve the quality of the foods you eat and hold off on swapping at least the deodorant. You can get away with the toothpaste. You can eat like start eating for like a week of like natty foods and then swap to a clean toothpaste. Like that's perfect. That's perfectly fine, right? Like that. I think that's great. But at the same time, I think you should hold off. I think you should do like a great like sauna session, like a few sauna sessions, I would say, before you swap to your what's it called? Before you swap and change your deodorant. Like deodorant is like I gotta say the biggest one. You can swap your soap out and stuff like that, which I'm not sure if you really feel clean or not, but you can swap out your soap and the soaps are pretty good, low key. Like natural soaps are low key pretty good. Like they work pretty well, so you don't really have to worry about much like that. But mainly, my main stressor is the deodorant one, right? Because today I randomly just got like the thought that like, oh shoot, I just remembered how bad it was when I swapped to a natural deodorant. And even back in the day, like I just had that one fateful day. I was like, hey, no, I'm gonna swap to a natural deodorant. I heard it was good back when I was like a little kid in high school, and I swapped and it was horrible. So I always swapped back to freaking like I think it was like Mitchum's, and then I went to Dove later. But I switched to Mitchum's and then later Dove, and I was like, all right, I can't do a natural deodorant again, right? So on my health journey, swapping like personal care items has always like been like the scariest stuff for me, right? I promise you, the scariest thing for me in the world, right? So just make sure to wait. Ultimately, please make sure to wait for that deodorant. Like, I don't know why I haven't even heard this yet, but please make sure to wait on that. And I ultimately want to say thank you for watching. If you love listen to me yap about how you should wait and hold off for a deodorant and talk about how we should just go outside, no deodorant, just let it be musky, right? For, I'm joking, right? But top link description, I got a free call. We can just yap for an hour. It's free, completely free. We can yap. It'll be pretty chill for real. And the second thing is my Health Maxing 101 course. For beginner to advanced guide, I go more in on like, why you should wait and stuff like that and how important it is and other things you do beforehand before you switch all your personal care items, mainly the deodorant though. But Health Maxing 101 course, free call, and I appreciate you for watching.